Terraria melee subclass tier list. Swords. They're probably the most prominent type of melee weapon. They do good damage in most situations, but the low range for some of them is a major downside. A tier. Yo-yos. They have really good range and can do good reliable damage against almost any target. S tier. Spears. They're really good for killing groups of enemies, but the lack of range makes them horrible for boss fights. C tier. Flails. They also have really good group damage and they have range, making them very good, but it's pretty hard to hit when fighting bosses. A tier. Jousting lances. I don't use these very often, and unless you have a good movement speed loadout, the damage is pretty horrible. D tier. Boomerangs. They have good damage and range, and if you set it up correctly, you can attack enemies very quickly. But it's pretty hard to get good group damage unless you shoot behind the enemies and let the boomerang come back to you, hitting each enemy. B tier. Melee is a pretty diverse class, so I'm making a